Welcome to BBC Podcast, Tapping In with Tunchi again. Got another after-hour show for you guys. Today, I got two special guests, one from Vegas, one of my real close friends from Cali. We're going to put all this together and see how the content in the world is actually collaborating and everybody reaches everybody. First guest, my homie.
What's going on? Man, Chris, thanks for having me, man. I've known Chris for probably almost 30 years. We know each other from the barbershop, and he's always been in entrepreneur and messing with the Hondas. I still drive a Honda because of you. So yeah, man, just shout out to Chris, shout out to the BBC podcast. If you guys are watching, be sure to leave a comment and let us know who you want to see next. I'm sure you know who's next to me. If you don't,
we'll go ahead and we'll let you know.
Hi guys, it's TayTayBaybee's. Nice to meet you guys.
Being based like just all on the internet, tell me the story. How's the connection that you guys came along? Because this is only happening right now because of my boy Eric. Like, this is the only reason why this connection is going around and roll through. So big shout out to him, but let him tell you how this connection came through.
Yeah, man. So as you guys know, I'm Eric with Scout Fragrance, Eric Green Scout Fragrance, scoutfragrance.com. Go support, go support us. But it's crazy, right? So I'm always looking for like UGC or content creators that are wanting to collab. And one night I was on YouTube. I was scrolling,
YouTube.
right? Yeah, it was YouTube. And she was live. And because you're always on live.
I know.
Yeah. So she was on YouTube live. I think I just did something I did a Wallow book signing because we had a chance to interview him for the book signing. We filmed that as well, and for the YouTube channel. And so I'm scrolling, and then I see Taylor, or it's TayTayBaybee's, and it's funny because just her name alone, I'm like, what's up with this little red bone girl? You know what I mean? Because in my mind, you know how Kawhi was how does he say it? Just when I read her name, I was like, TayTayBaybee's,
That's exactly how you say it too.
Yeah,
That's exactly how you say it.
It connected to some memory with Kawhi, and I'm a nice guy and all this sort of stuff. But the way she spelled it was very unique. And then when I started watching her, I was like, oh man, she's cool. Because you're very intellectual.
Thank you.
And that's what made me gravitate towards Taylor. And then we started reaching out to each other here and there. And I sent her a few fragrances to do a review on. But just the fact that she's been on podcasts before, and she's always promoting, women having more respect for themselves and not just going the route of just selling the physical, aspect of social media. And just to tie it all in, I believe we're fighting the forces of good and evil. We need positive people like us representing our image in a manner that, is like we're doing big things. You're a businessman, Taylor's doing her thing, I'm doing my thing. And like you said, just collaborating, working together and not backstabbing each other and talking down on each other, but just working together to build the brands and to, support. I mean, smelling good is important, but we'll get into all that. But that's how I ran into Taylor, and she's awesome. How some creators, you reach out to them and they're kind of bougie, you know what I mean? Taylor's like, hey, hang on a second, let me get back to you. But she's solid. So
Thank you.
Yeah.
So can you share the content that he was watching? What is it that you actually push out into the actual internet?
So when he first reached out to me, I did go and look at your stuff, and you work with a lot of heavy hitters. You really do.
Well,
you really do.
I'm trying.
You really do. And I thought that was super cool. But his personality, I like his personality. I like how authentic he is. And the same thing, I meet a lot of creators who don't act like themselves in real life. You know what I mean? They're different online than in person. He's the same. And I really like that. But yeah, I gravitated towards your content because you're very personable. You're nice. You're funny. Obviously now I smell good. Versace. He hooked me up with some Versace.
Yeah, Versace.
Literally.
All right. But I mean, the question would be, I seen your content. I see you're really stand on 10 toes about just holding your own as an independent woman. But at the same time, you're aware of what's going on in the world with where the men are actually like attacking a lot of the feminist women that are standing on 10 toes but still wanting to extract from men at the same time. Like, I have my own, but I need yours too.
Yeah.
Like, how do you maintain like your poise and everything while like still being like solid independent, but you're different than the other women?
My grandmother raised me to be very loving, nurturing, and caring, and still understand my role as a woman. You could take care of yourself, you could love yourself, you could still make money and stuff, but you can still have the same thing with men as well too. You don't have to be a boss babe and then treat men like crap. You don't have to be rude, you don't have to be disrespectful. I always say if a woman wants to be independent, that's perfectly fine, but you don't have to be mean about it to men. If you know what I mean, if you don't like men, that's fine, but you shouldn't tag along everybody else with it, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So,
but like, do you feel like every man is like just completely innocent, or do some men actually deserve some of the
I wouldn't say
nobody
nobody deserves certain things, but I do believe some men, are bad just like some women are bad. I think that some people don't realize how bad they are to people, and I think a lot of men do, have certain encounters because of the way they treat women. And then same thing with women. They have encounters with men because they treat men a certain type of way. So yeah, I go 50-50. A lot of people think because of the content that I make, I only strive towards men. No, I care about women as well too. But I do see a lot of things that men do as well that are kind of ruining the dating game and stuff like that. Trust me, we're in Vegas.
Okay.
So we see a lot of that.
Okay.
We see a lot of that.
Eric, when you checked out her content, do you feel like she advocates for both sides, or you feel like she's like on one side?
Yeah, that's so with Taylor, she can be a little. She can have some hot takes.
I'm so spicy.
Yeah, you can have some hot takes,
Yeah.
but I feel like the way I'm gonna give you an example of one of the pieces of content that I saw recently that really resonated with me, and how you were saying, let's just have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like sometimes people get caught up on just wanting to be right, and it's like it doesn't have to be one side. There's two sides to a coin. Let's have a conversation, and let's really be engaged in the conversation. Don't be on your phone and scrolling, or asking somebody else what their opinion is when you yourself have your own opinion. And I like that about Taylor, because I've seen you on certain podcasts, and especially men kind of come at you like you have two sides. You have two types of fans. I feel like you have people. You have fans that understand where you're coming from, and then you have the ones that just want to be argumentative.
Yeah, men come at me crazy, which is
Really?
insane.
You know what I'm saying?
I would think that you get more heat from the women.
No, I've gotten pressed in real life by a guy as well too.
Really?
Yeah, men. Yeah, only one time though. But men definitely, they don't like me being a woman advocating for men and mental health and unaliving awareness. I don't know if you could say that, but unaliving awareness, because I'm a woman. I don't understand.
So they feel like you don't understand.
And then the way that I look, people think that I've danced and all. I've never danced, y'all. I've never sold my body, none of that. But I just like tattoos. But because I look a certain way, I don't fit the traditional narrative. So how can I speak on that? And I'm like, but I grew up in a loving family. My dad's still with his wife. My grandparents were together still. So I'm like, I don't know about that one. You don't really know nobody. There's nothing wrong with advocating for something that's a positive. Why would you get mad at me for telling the truth and defending men? Shouldn't you be coming at me if I'm doing the opposite?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you define like what is the misconceptions that the men actually have of a strong independent woman? What is?
I think that, and I don't mean this rudely, I think that some of those men, the ones that attack me, I think they didn't have a good mother figure in their life. So I feel like when they see a woman who's strong and stuff like that and has certain values, I feel like it intimidates them. People who are not secure with themselves are always going to feel some type of way about someone else, especially when they're strong, opinionated. Like everybody's able to have their own opinions, but I'm sorry, I'm set in stone with mine. So yeah.
So you feel like the men that didn't see it, like when they're on their upbringing, it's not natural for them. So that's why they actually like.
Well, yeah, of course. Then I think maybe the trauma that they've dealt with from their mothers, their sisters, maybe the women that they've dealt with. So I feel like when they see other women, I don't know, I feel like they just don't like it. Same with women. They'll never like to hear my perspective on things because they don't see themselves in me. They're either 304s, show their body, do certain things, so we can't relate on anything. So I feel like it hits a nerve with them, especially if they're not healed. Same thing with men.
How do you feel about the women that actually like decide go that route to make their money that way online and OnlyFans and stuff like that?
Look, make your money however you want, but don't complain when people don't want to date you. Don't complain when people have an opinion about it. Don't do things that you're not going to be proud of, and don't do things if you can't show your father or your family those type of things. And if you don't want to get made fun of it for, like, why would you do it?
So how do you feel about the people that actually comfortable in their own skin and they don't mind? Their family does. They do know that they're in the adult industry and they do all that stuff.
I respect it. I respect it.
Okay.
I definitely respect it.
Okay.
Can't knock the hustle.
How do you see women like nowadays that like standing like in her spot, trying to pretty much give a good message, like obviously advocating for both sides, like is it possible for women to do it nowadays, or do you feel like how the man told her like she should stay out of her lane because she's not a man?
Man, it's a very. I was gonna ask Taylor about social media because I feel like social media is glamorizing, like she said, like the 304 lifestyle, like the
Toxicity a lot.
the Cardi B, and I feel like that's like being pushed.
Because it sells, that's why.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you don't think the traditional family that doesn't sell, the weddings and all the other stuff like that, that doesn't sell?
No, not as much.
I think
Really?
The weddings, yes, maybe, but that's because of the women and how glamorous it is. But I don't feel like the family role is valued as much anymore. Women don't even like men, so how could we talk about husband's unity? They only care about the wedding. They don't care about the
they
husband.
care about the photos and the ring, but not the actual
and being a wife.
union, not the union.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I
Okay,
do.
so you're saying that women want to be a bride, they don't want to be a wife.
Yes.
Okay, so they just want the celebration, they don't want the part after.
Yep. The ring and everything. Because look how that's glamorous. You have all the attention on you. You got the ring. You got everybody looking at you.
Are you going off of what social media is, or do you personally know married people?
Oh no, I've seen people like that before. Yeah.
But like, do you know? Because you have close ones that are like married and like.
Oh yeah, all of my friends are married. I only have two homegirls that aren't married. So yeah, I have a lot of my homegirls are married. Same thing with my family. They're like most of them are married. So yeah, I'm very big on traditional values.
How do you stay up on social media, knowing like, because I see like your views and your followers and they're always growing and it goes up high. Like, how do you know how to follow the trend and what's going on like in the world? Like, how do you?
So what I usually do, I pay attention to things on the For You page, what's trending. You know, you'll have like a hot topic, like a lady saying something, everybody will get on it. I'll do that. Then also I'll go to my Gmail, stuff like that. People will send me videos. But I always try to stay true to my niche, which is like relationships, mental health. I'll strive and do other things as well too, but I try to stay within that. But I try to do the trends and stuff because you have to. It keeps you on top of like the social media game. That's very important.
That's exactly like the question is like you're successful in the whole social media game on different platforms as well. So I see your TikTok.
Thank you.
Would suggestion for somebody who's trying to do what you're doing, like, is it like stay within the niche, like don't veer off, even though say like I actually got in the industry, I'm interviewing like women about dating and all this other concepts that has to do with actual like relationships.
Of course.
But I actually have like a rap artist that I actually like, and like would you suggest like should I interview him just because that's my own personal liking, or just stick within my niche to be able to grow?
Of course, I always say keep within your niche, but you can definitely branch out and do other things as well because you want to be diverse. My biggest thing is I'll talk about relationship topics, but then you'll probably see my videos. I do cooking, I go to the gym, I'll have like other Muay Thai videos or things like that. That brings a whole different audience. Keep your niche and be consistent with that. Post like 3-5 videos a day, whatever you decide, and go live. Your main thing is to go live and get close to your audience, talk to your audience, read your comments, understand that they're gonna like you a lot more. Don't be a content creator who's never going live, just sitting there, just posting and that's pretty much it. They wanna know what type of person you are. And then on top of that, you definitely wanna like branch out and do other things too. Because remember, you have different audiences. You'll have relationship people, you'll have cooking video people, gym people, so now you have a whole bunch of different audiences.
But like say the person that tuned in for the actual gym and they see you over here talking about like politics or women or whatever it is that's going on with dating, like do you lose that gym person, or do you make sure like I'm like once or twice a week I'll make sure I have that gym video for these people too?
Oh, so what I usually do is I'll like break my videos into like, since I have different platforms, I'll keep my gym videos on one certain account. I'll keep my regular videos on one certain account. So it kind of helps with that. You don't necessarily have to do that, but that's why people make a gaming channel and then they have a regular channel. So you could do that, or sometimes just put it in a playlist. YouTube has like a cool little thing where you could put your podcast in a playlist, your makeup videos in a playlist, and your cooking videos in a playlist. So,
How do you feel about the way her setup is? Like, do you blend it? Does it blend in with the way
Taylor,
you're working yours too? Or?
Hey, Taylor's a beast. Taylor is. I was just so. Story time. So I'm driving here from LA. We're in Vegas, by the way. Right. And her and I are texting, right? And I send her, what do they call them? Giphies?
Yeah, GIFs
The
or whatever.
GIFs, yeah. And she's like, oh my God, I'm going to be right there. So I sent her the Giphy of the car, like literally flying over the hill or whatever. Like the car's car's about to crash. But I'm talking to her about getting here, and then I pull in and she's like right next to me when I pull in. She's all, hey, I'm like, oh man. So to me, it's like I commend her because she's making content, she's jumping on podcasts, she posts a lot of her personal life, and it's just amazing because you know, most people don't want to let you in. You
Yeah.
know, they just want to paint the picture of how, you know,
Persona,
whatever.
what the internet is supposed to view you as. Like,
Yeah, like
I get
she's
you.
in there showing you her going to the gym, showing her cooking up stuff, like
Yeah.
little
When
healthy.
When did you feel that it was okay to like get a little personal with your videos, or have you always been doing that?
I've always been very in tune with myself. I don't like to be one of those people who just dumps things on people, but if somebody asks me, I'll tell you, especially if I'm comfortable. Therapy also helps a lot with being able to express yourself. And I also feel like, again, when you talk about yourself, it makes people connect with you a lot more. And then you're not just a content creator. People actually like you and you're an influencer and you can influence people because now they see themselves in you. So, yeah. And there's a lot of young women watching me too. So, yeah.
Okay. How often do you get people that actually read your demeanor and your persona wrong, that they're like, and she's a little cocky, like?
It happens a lot. Like, it happens a lot. People will think I'm super confident, super cocky, like, have a roster. I'm like, what the heck? I just got back from FedEx where I was working. I was sweating today. I haven't even slept. What are you talking about? So people always do that, but it's okay. People are always going to have a different perception of you, but my biggest thing is just be who you are and prove them wrong.
Your supporters, though, like, how do you know that they're actually with you for the positive route and they're not sitting around waiting for you to see you on some flawing stuff to clip your shit and then go ahead and like?
Ooh, that's a good question. I think with at least some of my supporters, I think there's a lot of them who do support me because there has been other content creators that, you know, I go back and forth with and they got my back. They got my back for sure. Or I've had certain takes that weren't the best, you know, and then my followers be like, hey, Tay, we love you, but that take was really bad. And I'll be like, ooh, okay. So I do respect it. Not
Tay-
everybody's going to like me though.
Tay got a lot of support because
They love me. They love
I'll
me.
see her stuff clipped up. Like you went on the Whatever podcast, right?
Yeah, 4 times.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
4 times?
Yeah.
Yeah. She went on the Whatever podcast and
Cut it
you
up.
could tell the clippers that like certain aspects of what she's saying because they do their own edit.
They clip me a lot.
Yeah,
They clip me a lot.
But she be coming with the real deal. Like, remember when you was telling the girl, like, yeah, you
I
selling
got
you selling your body. I've never done that. I got a job. I got this. But it'd be real because to me, here's why I like Tay so much. There's a there's a long list, but one of them is the fact that she's willing to put the work in. Like, she's going live, she's going to podcasts, she's making content. She's not just on, I don't want to say, you know, I'm not knocking the girls that go on those platforms to just show their body or their feet or whatever. I'm not knocking them, but for her to go the route that she's going, I believe it's more of a long-term play.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, when you don't sell out, then you can be on a podcast like this and talk about more than just your body. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has more layers to her personality and to her experience. I think that's why her viewers like her so much. But, you know, my question, when I watch your content and you're talking about relationships and social media, do you think that social media has helped relationships or hurt relationships?
I want to say a little bit of both. It depends on what type of content you're consuming. I really do think so. But I think a lot of toxicity is like on TikTok the most. That's what I see. Yeah, because a lot of people, especially no offense to young women, they don't know how to like retain a little bit of information and keep it pushing. They'll take that and then all of a sudden, babe, do you do this too? And it's like, there you go. Start a whole argument over a TikTok you just seen. But then you won't see the positive ones and then congratulate your man, you see? So try not to do stuff like that. But I do think it's like a half and half. It's your perception of social media. Because for me, social media is a great thing. It's a great tool. Look what we're doing here. But then other people use it and it ruins their lives because they listen to every little thing they see.
So is it for like education, or is it more entertainment that people are using it for?
Ooh. I think it depends on the person. Because for me, I think it's more like education. Most people, I would think it's just for that purpose.
So let's say the majority, like, let's just go from like, I say like from 21 to 30. Like,
yeah, for sure. They're just playing around on social media. For sure.
Okay.
Entertainment, yeah.
The women that actually come at you though, like, are those like, I don't want to say OnlyFans girls, like single moms, like who are the ones that are like, that feel like your content is offensive?
For sure, OF girls, strippers. I got my whole Instagram taken down by strippers. Yeah, I know.
Tell us the story. Tell us what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, so I've been on World Star a couple times, and I had this one video. I thought it was great. So somebody asked me, hey, Tay, what do you think of strippers? I don't hate them. I don't think nothing's wrong with them. But one of these girls was crying and saying, like, her boyfriend didn't want to be with her, things like that. And I just said something along the lines of, you know, you're dancing on men, and you're getting them, you know, rock solid, and then you go back home to your man, smell like another man. And I said, no man's going to want to love you or be with you. I'm not saying you're not deserving of love, but women misconstrue that. All those strippers got to upset and literally took down my Instagram. But they were saying, you wish your body looked like mine. You wish you could dance. You wish you could. Why would I wish that? Well, you guys act like I'm some beast or something, like I'm a hyena. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'm a good looking woman, but I don't need to do that to make money. I'm not trying to knock you, but it's just an opinion. So stuff like that kind of irritates me because it's just an opinion, man. I'm not like going out and getting you guys or hurting you. So why mess up my content and mess up my flow? But it's all right. We back now. 400K on Instagram.
Dang.
That's what's up.
You know what's crazy too is like, why hate on you though? Because see, to me, when you're talking about the hate you receive from the fact that you have an opinion, that means that was something within them that they didn't like.
It triggered them.
You feel me what I'm saying? Yeah, because it's like, if you say something to me and, you know, trying to hurt me, but it bounces off of me, I don't take it personal, right?
Yeah.
But obviously, if you say something like you said, they got triggered, then of course they're going to come at you. So that's something that's within them that they need to work on, because if they really were confident in what they were doing to make money, then your opinion wouldn't shatter their ego, so to speak, in my opinion.
No, I agree with that, because there's a lot of times where I'll go back and forth with women and they do that. You're masculine, well, you're this, you're that. It doesn't hurt my feelings. I'm a tomboy. What do you want me to do? You're gonna get upset at me? I know.
Not quite
that-
a tomboy.
No,
I mean.
well, I had to dress up for this event. I didn't want to
You
look
know,
all. I was gonna wear pants
you
and
know
stuff.
what
I
I'm
said, nah. Well, in my
Comfortable.
eyes, I feel like I am. But women just don't get offended at things. Learn to take constructive criticism, because not everybody's coming at you in a way where they're trying to hurt you. Like when I make my videos, I think women think I hate them, and it's not even that. It's just an opinion. It's just an opinion. Freedom of speech.
What's crazy is you have a lot of empowering videos that are empowering women too.
They don't care
and
about
they
that.
they go straight to the one where you're like,
But do they miss that because they're trying to be entertained? Like why do they miss the message?
I think that, can I be honest? I think that women just want to not like you. And I'll give you an example.
They want an excuse.
Yeah, there was a woman who made a video. Her name's Sprinkle Sprinkle, and she was saying something along the lines of, you should never date a man when you have kids that are really small, because anything could happen. And I said a video just like that, and I got crucified for it. She made the same video, and everybody amplified it. Oh my God, yes, yes. They just don't like the messenger. They've already set in their heart, I don't like this girl. She's a pick me. She likes men. She advocates for men. So anything I say, I can say anything that's gold, and they're gonna go, nope, she's wrong, because they don't like me. And it's okay. I'm not on this world to be liked. That's all right.
what is it? What does it pick me?
A pick-me is a girl who does things for male validation. But if I was, no offense to women, if I was ugly and stuff like that and couldn't get nobody and nobody wanted me, I could see where that would be. But I can go down the street and somebody will ask me out. I don't know why girls do. They act like I can't get somebody. I don't understand that.
But speaking of the, like, don't you think nowadays, just because of the way the social media and attention rolls away, like different angles, that a lot of women that obviously all of us would probably agree that she's not attractive, but she thinks differently because of the attention and stuff she gets in her DMs. Like a lot of men, like there are men out there that are like, man, like that girl, she's like overweight, she's ugly. Like I would still kind of mess with her, but since I can hide behind my screen, I'll still message her. My homies won't know, nobody will find out, and I'll still give her the attention that she normally needs. So like he might be a decent, not even like attractive dude, but a decent dude that like obviously she wouldn't get like openly spoken to in public. Like the guy is still sneaking behind scenes, still messaging her because his homies won't find out. He can probably hook up with her late at night. He's really, really trying. So because she's getting that attention, she like doesn't see what you see.
Yeah.
She really thinks she might be on your level. She might feel she's above your level. Like
That's
because
true.
How do you feel about sexual market value? Like, you know how when people say, oh, like you're a 9 or I'm a 7 or Chris is a 8. Like, you know what I mean? Like how do you feel about
about like the dynamics, how he's saying like people don't shop within their league?
Can I be honest? I don't like that. And I'll say why. Because I don't rate myself high. I say like I'm a solid 6. But when people ask me, I don't like that because I've met men that they say are 10s and their personalities aren't great. Your soul will shine through no matter how good looking you are. Like I could be a 10, and if I come over here, I'm rude to you guys, that's going to knock me down to a 2. So I've met people that have this thing where they think they're looks are everything. So I don't like that, because then you degrade people and think you're better than them because, oh, she's out of my league, I'm out of her league. That's why there's so much competition with women and men for no reason. Just be in your own lane and do your own thing. I don't really like that. I see just me and that's it, not competition with other women or people. Life is too short for all that extra stuff. I'm sorry.
I agree.
It's too much work.
I just was curious.
Yeah,
though,
but that's a good
because-
question though. I
Yeah,
like that.
because I feel like some people are together just because they look good together,
That's
but they don't
true.
even like each other.
You
know
can
what I
tell.
mean?
You can always tell.
Like,
That's true.
Yeah.
What about the dynamic like you actually have at work? Like you say, you have a clock-in job, you go in, you do your duties, and come back. And like the social media world is extra. It's what you do on top of like your actual lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like, do you catch heat at work with women? 'Cause I know like women, if they see another woman they think is attractive, they kind of like how you said they pick something to not like you.
Yeah. So one of the things about me, people get this misconstrued. I'm on social media, so people think I'm super extroverted. I used to be. I'm not as much. When I go to my job, I don't talk to anybody unless they talk to me.
Oh, okay.
And I work for FedEx, y'all. So it's mostly men. All the guys love me.
Okay.
They all know who I am.
Not too many women work around you?
There's like maybe 5, 6 girls, but they don't be talking to me. You could just tell. Like I'll say good morning to some of the ladies, they won't talk to me. I only have like one homegirl, Jasmine, that I hang out with. The rest of them, they don't really talk.
Shout
to me
out to Jasmine.
But it doesn't bother me because, like I said, I'm there to work and stuff like that. And
sure.
one of the girls I remember, the guy was talking about me. He's like, "Yeah, that's Tay right there," and she goes, "I want to see your content." And I said, "Nah, girl, I'm cool," because I had a situation at my last job where a girl seen my content and we got in a full blown argument over a video that I made that had nothing to do with her. Yeah, that's why I don't like women seeing my content, because they'll see one video and instead of asking me, "Hey Tay, why did you say this?" they'll go off on you instead.
Instead of just talking to you,
Yeah,
we talked about.
Yeah, I'm very understanding. That's why I say maybe my demeanor comes off really strong, but I'm very passionate. Just come to me and have open dialogue. Once you start yelling at me, you don't want to test my gangster. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Can you share a moment when you actually hit a woman positively and she let you know that? Like she thanked you for dropping the content or saying something?
Ooh, this has happened before. I had a woman come to me and thank me so much because she realized in one of the videos that I made a video that I read a book basically, and in that book it was talking about how the husband cheated on the wife, but he cheated on her. It's sad, because she was the nicer person and his wife was mean to him. And she told me that she changed a lot of her ways because she was mean to her boyfriend. Wasn't buying him gifts, was mean to him, was mean when he was depressed. And she's like, "Taylor, I learned a lot from you and our relationship is better." That made me so happy. Like, it makes me so happy because at least she's learning at least a little bit from me, you know? So it's good to hear positive feedback for once.
How often does that happen though?
Ooh, not that from women, not that much, but from men, like my DMs are flooded with positivity from men, but from women, voice notes of evil crap and unalive yourself and all this. Dang, girl, sheesh.
Okay.
Over a little video.
How do you like filter out all that stuff? Because I'm sure you get like, okay, Taylor's. I'm telling you, she's a beast. Like I go on TikTok live or I'll go on Instagram. I'll leave like a little emoji.
I'll be from one app to the other app to the other. Yeah, I go live on each one.
So Tay's interacting with a bunch of people, right? So she'll be like reading the comments, and then she'll be like, "Oh, hey, Scott Fragrance. Okay, what is like you know what I'm saying? Like, so she gets a lot of impressions, right? How do you filter all that out?
I just do. I don't know. Before in the beginning, it was overwhelming because you're not used to it. But now that I've been in the game since 2019, it's easy now. Yeah. And then you get used to it. All the hate, all the stuff. It's like you've heard this 16 times. So pick me. You're masculine. You're a man. Ooh. Like, it's just the same thing.
Do you feel like they're bots or?
No, they're people. They're people. Yeah, I remember one time some lady was like telling me all this messed up stuff, and "You're ugly," while I was doing my makeup and all this stuff. I go and click on her profile, and I said, "It's funny how you're a nurse and you have your job and stuff right there." I said, "Don't let me call your manager while you're doing this, Miss Nurse." And she literally blocked me and everything. Yeah, get scared.
Taylor, hey, don't test her gangster.
Yeah, that's why I always tell women, just leave me alone, please. Just leave me alone.
Okay.
I'm not the one, please.
But I'm shocked that you said men like actually come in at you. Like, is it men that you don't show time of day to? They try to like give you compliments in the DM and you overlook the stuff and they're like, "Yeah, you know what, man, forget her," and they start like trying to get on you.
How are the DMs from men? I'm curious.
My DMs are actually really nice. They're all like, "Let me take you out."
We're respectful.
Like, yeah.
I'm respectful.
Okay.
They're super nice.
I came at you very.
I ain't gonna say it. There's a lot of celebrities in my DMs.
Oh,
wrestlers,
man.
ball players. But again, I see their content or their profiles, and I'm like,
They trying to fly you out. They trying to fly
yeah.
Tay out.
If they say I want to fly you out, I'm not giving no buns up. No, I'm a lady. Excuse me.
What about if they find out they're like, "Hey, I'm coming to Vegas"? Like,
No. I'm very shy. People don't think I'm shy at all. I'm very extroverted to a certain extent, but I do get shy over things.
are you dating right now?
No,
or?
I'm by myself.
How long you been single?
I want to say since January. I was 3 years single for a while and then got with somebody for a little bit, and yeah, I rekindled things with someone, yeah.
Just very briefly, why didn't that work?
Ooh.
Yeah, we about to get.
Yeah, I
into
know.
it. Yeah,
This
is what the people want to know.
I'll be honest. Both of us were bad. I had jealousy issues. He also had his own issues, and then come to find out, he ended up being bipolar and stuff, and he just couldn't do the relationship, and the long distance killed it. So yeah.
Did the jealousy? Was social media part of the jealousy?
On my end, yeah, it was social media. I corrected him about somebody that he was following, and he was telling me that it was nothing. And then one day he decided to put a heart emoji and little mouth-watering things on her picture. And then she was beautiful, don't get me wrong. Beautiful gym girl, gorgeous. She kind of looked like she was like native or something. But if I'm constantly telling you that something's bothering me and then you go and do that, that's kind of sad. Because I went and unfollowed every single person on my following list, even Chris Brown. So I'm like, come on, man. I'm not expecting me out of someone else, but if I give you a certain respect, and I tell you, hey, babe, this bothers me, I kind of want you to just fix it and stuff. And you don't need to follow her, because if you've seen her gym content, it wasn't even regular gym content, like in
Like
her
she was there for the
butt.
attention?
Yeah, like there's a different gym girl, and then she was the one where it's like she's jumping and doing pull-ups, and it's her whole butthole. I'm like, girl, what the heck? Why have we seen your butt for no? But she was gorgeous though. I'm not hating. She was gorgeous.
Hey, Taylor is hilarious. Because I seen some of the comment. Remember the one, the cat, he was like, I want to eat your,
Oh my
and,
God.
And then she straight up busts out the Bible, and she's like,
That's a
you
freaky.
need Jesus.
Yeah, they be freaky. So they're either really nice in my DMs or freaky. Yeah, they say some turned up stuff.
You be getting like the random like eggplants.
Yeah, or people send me weird videos. I have an assistant now for my email.
Oh, okay.
Because they be sending me videos I do not want to see. No, thank you, honeys.
How did I get through to you?
Dude, DMs. But again, this is the thing with me. Whether you're a man or a woman, if you come at me correctly, we'll have a conversation. If I see the DMs and it's, oh, nice boobs, nice this, I'm not going to answer your nasty DM, because then I know you're going to try to get at me and be disrespectful. If you're already being too lustful in a text, I don't want to see you in person, because I'm very standoffish and I don't like people overstepping boundaries. I'm very big on respect. Like, I would never touch a man without asking. I would never touch a woman without, you know what I mean? So why do people feel like that's okay? So yeah, if they're crazy like that in the DMs, ladies, do not meet up with them.
I think
do not meet up with them.
I think your experience being on social media probably gives you a better gauge as to how people are coming at you.
Of course. I've learned a lot about people, different personality types, different backgrounds. So it's very easy now for me to maneuver with people.
How does the guy get at you then?
Yeah.
I was gonna say, how do you navigate like you being like obviously like social media world having platforms like they're coming at you and you read it genuinely?
Gotta come at me in real life.
Yeah.
I prefer a guy to meet me in real life. I prefer a guy to just come up to me, be cool with me, be calm.
I mean, it is
collected.
2025. He has to reach you some type of way with technology though.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
I doubt he's gonna catch you at the gas station or catch you anywhere like.
Oh yeah, unless you meet me at the gym. Guys have done that before. Ask for my number at the gym. It's happened. Yeah. Yeah. I'm very.
Are
I don't
you
know.
too busy though?
I'm so honest. I just don't want to date right now. I don't feel like the type of okay, I want a certain type of person, and I feel like the people I come across since we're in Vegas
What type of person do you want?
are not in my like. I just want a man who knows what he wants. I want a man who like wants a family, wants love, wants a wife.
I mean, does he have to be established already when it comes to you, or can he be building like he's in the process when he's?
Question about that. What's established to you?
Why you gotta do this? Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta do it like that?
Because I want to know what's established to you. Because like,
I would say,
can he at least have a car? You know what I mean? Like,
damn, guys don't have cars trying to talk to you.
there's been guys who have no cars and live with their mom.
Yo, Tay gets everything, bro. Everything.
And don't get me wrong, if you live with, like, say you had a roommate, wouldn't bother me. Say you have your own car, you're living with your mom for a little bit, you're taking care of that, wouldn't bother me. But this is the problem. I've talked to guys before where I have my own place, I have my own house and all that stuff. They'll give me a whole speech on certain things and try to correct me about stuff. And I'm like, I don't really like that. Yeah. And it's hard to, I know a lot of people say this, it's toxic, but it's kind of hard to listen to somebody who isn't at your level with certain things. You're going to correct me about my podcast or my thing, and you don't even have a podcast, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could he be a content creator? Would you consider it? Or you prefer somebody not like in the social media world?
Everybody I've ever dated, regular guy. It's never been a content creator. Not that I don't mind it and stuff. It just depends on what type of content are you making. If it's thirst traps, don't hit me up. If you do gym videos, Muay Thai videos, any type of jiu-jitsu, things like that, yeah, I would do that. I'm scared to date celebrities. That's why I don't hit up the ball players and rappers, because they like the poly and multiple women. I don't want that.
You never been on a date with a celebrity?
No.
Never?
And even if I was, I would never say it.
I mean, you don't have the name drop, but have you ever been on
with a
date?
celebrity?
Yeah. You ever took somebody up an offer like, meet me for a drink? Like?
No. I've talked to them before, but like I say, they ruin it by sending me their privates and stuff.
Celebrities do that?
Really quick. Yeah.
Well, Taylor's a beast, bro. She got a huge following. How many would you say on all platforms?
Ooh.
Roughly.
Almost 400K on Instagram. I think almost 200K
She's killing
on
it.
there, and then almost 600K on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's up?
250 on TikTok, right?
Yeah.
It's about $1 million.
Yeah.
That's why when
And I get about mil views.
Well, that's why when I reached out to her and it was like she hit me back, and I'm like, a little bit of back and forth. I'm like, is this really you? You know what I mean? Is this some like
Imposter.
AI generated? You know what I mean? I'm like,
So to share something like with the guys so they can pick up on something like a woman that's like established already, I would say that you're established. Like,
Yeah.
how should he approach?
How do men level up to get in the dating game? Like, you hear a lot of stuff about guys getting in the gym or get on their purpose or getting their money up. Like where's the disconnect? 'Cause I feel like men and women, they're not connecting. They're just, there's some, I feel like it's social media because people have the illusion of too many options. But what do you think from a man's perspective? What do they need to do? And then from a woman's perspective, like, how do we bridge the gap?
First off, I feel like both of us need to ease up on each other. Men and women need to ease up because we're still humans at the end of the day. None of us are perfect, and we don't know nobody's background. So some people might get things faster than others. I feel like for men should focus on themselves for a while first. Learn how to communicate, learn how to regulate your emotions, learn how to be stoic and strong. Why? Because you're going to lead a woman. You can't lead yourself. How are you going to lead her? You know, and you can't correct a woman if your life doesn't look good and it's in shambles. So that no woman's going to listen to a man who doesn't have his own things. I'm not saying you have to have a mansion and things
So
like
that's
that.
why it goes back to like a guy that I said is established.
She said shambles.
Yeah.
You was like preaching. How you go? Wait, let me do my take. How you gonna lead a woman if your life is in shambles?
Yeah, but it's true though, because a lot of people like to do that. Same thing with women. I've met women who are, and I've been depressed too, so I'm not saying this to make fun of anybody. We will date men when we're depressed. We'll date men when we're not happy.
Just to fill in a spot?
Yes. And then we'll make that man like our Dr. Phil and then put all that baggage on him and then wonder why he can't handle stuff. So sometimes as us women, I think we need to be happy first on our own, learn to be by ourselves, not sleeping around, but learning yourself as a woman. Because look, how can I explain to you how to love me if I don't know myself? If you ask me, Tay, what are your toxic traits? I could tell you. Ask a woman right now what her toxic trait is. She's going to go, I love too hard. Girl,
they keep it
you,
so vague.
you don't got a toxic
Yeah.
trait. You never keyed a car. You never nothing. Don't lie, because then that's gonna help somebody love you a lot more. And if you lie and build a relationship off lies, that's what's wrong with a lot of people. They want to build up this facade and be something they're not. When I meet men, they tell me the same thing, like, "Oh, you're real honest," or "You kind of intimidate me." Why? Because I'm being honest with you, and you want a girl to lie to your face. I don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
You mentioned sleeping around. What's considered sleeping around? So I'm gonna give you an example. A woman's had 5 different boyfriends within 3 years.
That's not sleeping around.
That's not sleeping around?
No, because those are your boyfriends. But now if you out here, hey, what's up, Paul? I want my stuff ate. That's sleeping around. Because it's a random dude. Like.
So what about a woman that was never committed to a dude? She's been with 5 dudes within, I say 3 years, but she's not.
Oh, she's got situationships.
Yeah,
that's
situationships.
She passing that kitty.
So that you would consider that sleeping around, even though it's been 5 years.
That's sleeping around.
Okay.
That's for sure. If you're giving up your body to multiple dudes, especially at the same time.
Without commitment, that makes it sleeping around.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because 9 times out of 10, people who do that, they're not telling, hey, I'm sleeping with this dude and this dude. If it wasn't sleeping around, why aren't you saying it though? That's sleeping around.
So, obviously you're a woman, you can speak for them.
Okay.
How many out of 10 women? How many people are gonna lie about how many men they've been with?
Oh, most women are gonna lie about that.
About 9 out of 10.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Especially because a lot of women, I'll be honest, I know most women, when we're younger, we tell the guy how much bodies we have. And then it's that one guy that shames us really bad to where now we're like, damn, I'm never going to say anything again. That's why I say people need to ease up because we're still humans. Don't ask questions you don't want to hear the answer to. So I would never ask a guy, how many girls have you messed with? And he says, 6 this week. Now I'm crying. Why'd you ask then? You see? So don't ask those questions if you don't want to be grown yet.
So do you feel like when it comes to that, women want to hear what they want to hear?
Yes.
So they don't want to hear the truth. They want to hear what they want to hear.
Yes, we do that, even myself.
Okay.
Because the truth hurts sometimes.
You take accountability for it.
Yeah, the truth hurts. That little tear coming down.
So when you ask a question, you're actually, most women are asking to hear what they want to hear, not the actual real truth.
Yeah, and then some women try to ask questions to gather information. That's why I say be careful with what you tell people, because they might gather that up and throw it in your face later.
So out of 10 women, how many women have that detective, like?
Ooh, all of us. I don't care what anybody says. We all have it. My dad always says this: every single woman's crazy. Choose which one is the crazy you can handle. Yep. Okay. And I really wholeheartedly believe that. Even as a woman, we're all crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
Yeah, no, I told you, man, she be preaching. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like what you said about men need to focus on themselves.
Yeah, be happy
at least for a little while, and just kind of like make sure that their mindset is in the right place before they want to take on a woman. Yeah. And I do feel like when you're young, you're kind of just doing stuff, and you're bumping around. And you know, for me, I used to party a lot, and you know, I don't want to get too much into my stuff. You know what I mean? But yeah, when you get older, then you realize, okay, to have a woman in your life, and if you really care about her, you want to make sure that you're on point. Because if you're on point, then you're going to make sure she's straight. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't pour everything into her and then not make sure you're doing all right.
Yeah, that's what happens to us when we're younger. We'll date so young, we give our all, and then by the time you're my age, you probably don't want to deal with people because you wasted all that. I feel like your discernment's a lot better too. Like for me, I've only had 2 boyfriends. I've met women that had 6 boyfriends and they're so damaged. And I don't mean that rudely, but I feel like that's what strays you away from people as well too. So yeah,
How'd you get to Vegas?
I moved out in Vegas when I was 19 years old.
You're from where?
Yeah, Los Angeles, California.
You're from LA?
Yes.
Okay.
But I mean, like, how did, like, because I was driving out here, and I'm like, I feel like Vegas is just, it's just a lot going on out
It
here.
is,
You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm looking at the casinos, and then, I'm looking at the billboards, and it's like overstimulation.
I think it takes adjustment to come from, like, being, like, the actual tourist and just being, like, you live here.
Yeah.
I think it takes a while for you to
It
kind of
does.
adjust
The
that
first
out,
year I
figure
didn't
it
really
out.
like it because, again, I'm a homebody. I don't like going out and partying and all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, this ain't for me. But then eventually, over time, once I like started learning places, finding friends and all that stuff, every time I go to Cali, I always move right on back. Yeah, I prefer it here now.
So that's exactly what I was gonna segue into is, so me being from LA, I'm in my little world. So being in a big city doesn't really, like, I don't see all the stuff that people see when they come. But when I'm coming here, I see all of this, and you're probably thinking the same thing. You're like, no, I live here. I know my little pockets. What is your take on LA, being in LA? Like, what do you see? Like, is it easier to date in major markets, or is a smaller market better?
I'm going to be so honest with you. People might not believe this. I like dating in LA more than Vegas. I love the men in California.
Why
I
so?
prefer them. I don't know. I grew up out there, and every time, like, because the 2 boyfriends I had, that's where I met them. But when I met them, we were talking for a couple months, boom, together. The guys out here are very inconsistent. They're very, like, they don't know what they want. Very party city type of dudes. And not every guy's like that. I'm pretty sure there's some great guys in Vegas, but I don't know them all. But
So give me an example, like how you said, like mentioned earlier, a guy talked to you at the gym, and you said I met dudes like that. Like, example of them meeting you, getting your number or whatever, and getting in contact with you, and then they being inconsistent. Like,
yeah, they'll be the ones to approach me, ask for my number, and then
Yeah.
they'll talk to me and then be super inconsistent. But you know what it is? I'll be very honest. I think it's because guys give me that, they say it straight up, like, hey, Tay, I like you, you're attractive, I want to sleep with you. And I'll be like, I'm not into that. And then I think they only wanted that to begin with. So if it fizzles out, you could tell it's easily like that. I don't want that. I'm sorry.
I mean, but wouldn't you prefer a dude like kind of be straight up than he like try to like wine and dine you the whole time and his intentions was just wrong? It wasn't supposed to be.
I prefer the guy to be straight up. It never bothers me. Like, if a guy tells me that, I'm not going to make fun of you, yell at you, scream. I'll just be like, oh, thank you for telling me that. I appreciate the honesty, but that's just not something I want to do. Because I know, for me, if you ask me what I want longevity, I want long-term, I want a husband. Of course, I understand sleeping with each other happens, but I just met you. How am I going to give you my,
Yeah.
that
So,
fast,
so tell me, how do you feel about this? I seen it
What's
trending
that,
on.
kitty?
The kitty. Yeah, I always say that, the kitty.
I see it trending on the internet that they always say like, what is the difference between the woman sleeping on you the first day and 3 months from now if you guys ended up having a relationship in the long run? What's the difference between that?
Oh, because it's different. If a woman's not sleeping around and she ends up in a relationship in the long run, that's only one person. But if you're sleeping around the entire time, you're sleeping with all those guys and then getting with somebody. That's different, isn't it?
But what if she
like,
slept with him the first night, but they end up being together like for years? Like,
That does happen though. See,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like to say this. It's my personal thing. When
Yeah.
I say I don't want to sleep with somebody, that's my thing. Any other woman, if you want to sleep with somebody the first day because you want to see how it is, do that. But I personally have never experienced this, sleeping with somebody and then getting ghosted or them leaving me. That's the reason why I don't want to sleep with nobody. I'm scared of that.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to be used for my body and stuff like that. I'm too sensitive. I don't know. Be crying.
So far you said it was January. How do you feel? Or what's your advice so far that's been working for you about like recovering from a bad relationship?
Ooh, the gym and God. The gym.
Staying busy then.
Yeah, the gym, God, and finding peace and solitude and kind of isolating a little bit. Don't go out, don't go party, figure out what you want and learn yourself a lot more. Because no matter what anybody goes through, you got to figure out what you did wrong. Women will
That's what I
always
was
do
gonna
that
say.
thing where they'll blame a guy, but it's like, no, we're choosing the wrong guy sometimes.
But how do you know, like you said, like you took accountability, like it was both of us and whatever you did whatever has to do with the jealousy, but like, do you feel like what you did cause a problem or it was just a problem for the wrong guy?
No, what I did, it was a problem. I think
problem.
that'd be a problem with anybody.
Anybody, okay.
Yeah. I'm very accountable when it comes to that stuff. I know my jealousy is not a good trait or whatever. Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Okay, no, that's good because I think
Yeah.
most women would be like, he just couldn't handle me. Is
Oh
what they
no,
would
I
say.
know. He could. I'm a little too crazy kitty sometimes. Put me in a cage.
The kitty. Yo, you be killing me. I be wanting to say, you know how like you have a rap song and it'll have the little back. Yeah, I be in my mind when you said that, I'm like, that thing's sensitive.
Me if I was a rapper.
He's like, yeah, I'm too sensitive.
To keep good note with women actually giving you positivity, like what is your message to women to being able to, like, if you're right now, you're out there, whether you have a child or not, you're single, you're a woman making your own money, trying to pay your own bills and stuff like that. What do you say? What is your advice to them to stand on, to not change?
Love yourself and be true to yourself. Don't get caught up in all the lip fillers, all the glam and stuff like that. Truly be yourself and love yourself, because you will get to an age where you're going to look back and you're going to wish you didn't pick at yourself so much and hate yourself so much. When I was younger, I used to be really, really insecure, and I feel like I'm a lot more confident now. So I want women to love themselves and be who they really are. You don't got to do all that extra stuff, I'm telling you right now.
But are women in a lot of big habit with that? Like just they keep on looking at the Kardashians all the time and comparing themselves and stuff
We
like
pick at ourselves a lot, and then other women pick at us, and then sometimes you might have a partner that picks at you, and that we internalize that. I know most women have had one person that mentioned something about their body, and they hate that forever. Yeah, so I'm telling you, love yourself and don't mind that type of stuff. Cancel out that noise and just be happy, because you never want to be depressed. You never want to waste your time being sad. Like it's a waste of time. When you look back, you want to be happy and do things for yourself. If you want to be a mom, be a mom. You want to be a boss babe, be a boss babe. But whatever you do, do it with intention. Make sure you're happy.
Commit to whatever, yeah.
And just truly be happy for yourself, you know? Be proud
like
of yourself.
That. Yeah.
So to wrap it up briefly, do you have another last question for?
Wait, let me check. Hang on.
Yeah.
This can be edited, right?
Yeah.
I know time. Okay, so we talked about. Let me just get a second here. Hang on. Relationships. Okay. You said to make sure that people focus on themselves, make sure that they're happy before they get into relationships. That's a gem in and of itself. Switching gears, social media. How do you feel people are underutilizing it?
Ooh, I feel like people can retain so much information from social media and they do not. Like, you can learn so many things. You can learn how to cook on there. You can learn about therapy on there. You can learn so many things, and instead they look at the entertainment part of it. Like, there's so many people on there that are talking about God that have no followers. There's people on there preaching about taking care of yourself, and they have no followers. Like, there's this man that I follow, and he just teaches you how to tie a tie, how to change a tire, how to do this, and barely any followers. You see, but they'll go and watch toxic people fighting on podcasts. You see? So I feel like there's a lot of things on social media. There's great people on there, people that are good artists, good singers, good dancers, and all that. They don't get recognition. But people need to start looking at that more than looking at toxicity. There's nothing wrong with seeing things for what they are, like the entertainment part, but just don't get locked in that. And that's all you watch and consume. That's why their perception of men and women is so different now, because that's probably what they consume all day long. Negativity and that man versus woman hating stuff. It's toxic.
Okay.
Gotta have a balance.
Well, lastly for me, I'm going to be appreciate you doing the podcast. I'm actually, part of my content is what I like to share. Like, if somebody didn't get to know you, they don't know you, I want them to actually, you shared your story of what it is that they can actually go back and look and be intrigued by and learn something from. Like, I want to give you your flowers for like being able to get wiped off and get hated on by some strippers or whatever it is, and then just build yourself back up. A lot of people just give up, and you have a good message and you got like a good energy back through social media that you use to put it back out in the world. I actually just want to tell you, like, appreciate it. And if you can share with them, what can they see in 2026 coming from Tay?
Yeah, what's coming from Tay?
Yeah.
Ooh.
The Tay takeover, the Taylor takeover.
I do want to start doing more collabs, and I do want to start doing more podcasts. But I want to do more podcasts where it's like this, where we're sitting as adults. I don't really want to be on podcasts where I'm going back and forth with people, because, again, my whole message is men's mental health, women loving themselves and caring for themselves, and not all that toxic stuff. I just can't do it.
Okay.
How you
more.
doing, though? I know you were dealing with some stuff.
I'm doing good. I feel a lot better, I'll be honest. I feel a lot better, and this kind of helped too. I was like, I'm super excited about this. This is like the highlight of my day, I swear. But I'm doing good, though. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it.
So more out of the house Tay, basically.
Yeah, you're going to see a lot more outside.
Tay's outside.
Be outside. Kitties, unite.
Yeah, the kitties. Shout out to the kitties.
And lastly, obviously, if they don't know already, please let them know where they can find both of you guys on what platforms.
Okay.
I'll let Tay, ladies first.
All right, guys, you can follow me on Instagram. It's TayTayBayBee. YouTube, it's TayTayBayBee. TikTok, it's TayTayBayBee1. And I have a podcast now with my best friend Kay on Instagram, TKO podcast _ TKO and then podcast _
TKO.
The link there will be to the YouTube and everything for our podcast. Look us up, y'all. Love you.
I finally figured out what it was when Kawhi goes, "What it do, baby?" That's where I got it, because I was like fumbling earlier, like I was a little nervous, but yeah. So it's TayTayBayBee. This is Eric with Scout Fragrance, all platforms. Scout Fragrance, like a Boy Scout, SCOUT, Scout Fragrance. You're gonna see more collabs. Shout out to Chris, BBC Podcast 909. It's bigger, better, confidence, okay? People say they hear BBC, they want to go, their mind goes straight to the gutter, okay? Bigger, better, confidence. Shout out to the engineer. Shout out to my film guy. Shout out to DGI. Shout out to Taylor. Yo, you're a blessing.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
You're a
Thank you again for
blessing.
doing the
Thank
show.
you, too.
Appreciate it. And you guys already know, another after hour show with good guests just like this. Follow again, subscribe. We up.